Two very happy players. Well done, guys. A brilliant win, and not many teams stop City from scoring. So how pleased are you with that result?
Yeah, really pleased. I think I thought we played really well today. I think we built on what we did last weekend, and we knew it was going to be a really different challenge, but a hard one. And to come here, get a clean sheet, score some goals, perfect.
Joao, your first goal for Tottenham. That high press from Spurs seemed to cause City all sorts of problems today.
Yeah, I think we deserve it. The victory, first of all, a top challenge for us again. I think we won with a lot of credit. I think we deserved this result. Happy as well from the clean sheet. So it's really important for us to keep this clean sheet again. And yeah, we are all happy with this victory. It was not easy, as I said before, but we are really happy.
What was the biggest draw for you to join Tottenham?
First of all, the coach, who pushed me to come here, show me the project that he has here in Tottenham, and after, of course, the club. It's such a great club. I had the opportunity to say before, I'm really glad to be in the Premier League again, to enjoy the Premier League like the last time that I have been here. I'm so happy, me and my family, and now I just want to enjoy this top club and this top atmosphere again.
It's been a great start under Thomas Frank Brennan. What's been the biggest change for you as players?
I think nothing massively. I think obviously two different coaches from last season and to the manager now that we have, but really enjoying it. I think a lot of detail goes into the set pieces, but at the same time, he gives us a lot of freedom in attacking areas as well. So yeah, it's a really good balance we got going on, and I think the way he kind of respects defending and wants us to be so hard to beat. I think the first two games we've kept 2 clean sheets, and especially against Man City, it's not easy. I've played here a lot of times and conceded a lot of goals. So yeah, it's not easy. So to come here and get a clean sheet is massive.
Well done today, guys.
Thank you. Cheers.
So there we go, the 2 goal scorers for Tottenham Hotspur, Brennan Johnson and Joao Palhinha. Look, Tim, just in Brennan's last answer there, talking about the freedom that Thomas Frank's given them in attacking positions. You've now had 2 games to pick the bones out of what you've seen under Frank stylistically and against much tougher opposition.
I think he's flexible. That's what he is. I think he doesn't mind adapting. He can go with a 3 at the back. We saw him against PSG. I thought he might adopt that today. He didn't. But he has protection in front. He knows what he possesses in the squad. He hasn't got that midfield player who's going to drop the shoulder and drive through holes. He lost Maddison to injury. He missed out on Eze, who's gone to Arsenal. Likes of Sarr and Bentancur, Palhinha, even Bergvall, they're pretty similar players, great players, very good at what they do. They've got a lot of energy, get up and down the field, but they haven't got that little bit of guile. So he plays to their strengths. So he gives a little bit of protection to the back too. And he lets them cover the ground, cover the energy. And he gives the ball in wide areas. They get the ball into the box, they load up the box, and they're clinical in their finishing. Interesting, one thing that Brendan Johnson said there was interesting. He respects defending. Now he's at a little side swipe at the previous regime. I would say be careful what you're doing, because you lifted a trophy and you're down in the club's history because of one man, Ange Postecoglou. So I'm not saying he's being disrespectful. What I'm saying is that the way I read that is that he respects defending, perhaps someone else never in the past.
But it's been effective, hasn't it, Joleon? Because you look at the 2 games, clean sheet against Burnley, clean sheet against Manchester City, and the guy we just heard from alongside Brennan Johnson, Joao Palhinha, him and co did a great job in terms of nullifying Tijani Reinders, who was incredible at Molineux.
Yeah, they nullified his contribution throughout the game, and like Tim said, they offer a different role, a different strength. In games, they're probably the emphasis to have more possession. They probably aren't as effective because it's dictating the rhythm of the play, but that isn't their strengths. But when they're asked to defend and spend a lot of time out of possession and concentrate on that, again, that's an underrated strength that they have.
You were getting excited, Tim, before, because there is going to be more to come from this team. It's such early days. Thomas Frank's only been there a matter of weeks working with these guys on the training ground. That there will be huge improvements last season on that league position. And after a win like that, you know where the narrative is going to be going. Well, why not? Why not, be pushing up towards those Champions League spots?
Yeah, why not? Why not do that? Yeah, they're capable of doing it, but they need consistency to be able to do that. And the best teams have that consistency. I think they need to strengthen in certain areas. They need to get some players back. I think Kulusevski gives them a different dimension. I think he has got the guile. He is someone who plays that disguised pass, who can open up defences. The For me, they're going to struggle when teams sit back against them a little bit, with quality on the counter-attack. Pretty much what they did today. They sat back against City. At times, they put the press on high. They dealt with the long balls over the top. There was 2v2, and they were quite happy to deal with Haaland, Mickey van der Ven and Romero. They've been used to it. They've done it all last couple of seasons under Ange. So they were happy to do that, but at times they give them a breather. Everyone's funneled back in. So it's when the teams sit back against them, have they got that guile to open up? Because some teams want you to go wide and want you to cross the ball because they can deal with that sort of a threat. So the jury's still out, but, they can't do more than what they've done at the moment. There's a feel-good factor around the place, largely because of what they've done last season, and he's taken it on. You can't not like Thomas Frank. He's a lovely guy. He obviously knows what he's doing. But the challenge is going to come when they start playing in the Champions League as well. Carabao Cup comes around, FA Cup, so can they challenge on all fronts? I would say they're probably still a little bit light in their squad to be able to do that. But if he recognises one competition where he can be stronger than the other, there's no reason why they can't win another cup.
Talk us through the Johnson goal, Joleon, because the press from Tottenham was very impressive, wasn't it, in the early stages of the first half? And they did find space out wide, Spurs.
Yeah, the build was very patient. Similar goal to the way City conceded in the FA Cup. They take 2-3 short passes and all of a sudden we're going direct. And it's not just a long ball hopelessly, it's to get a flick on with the hope that Richarlison can beat the offside trap. And then once they do that, and defenders are running back to their own goal, it's very, very difficult to defend.
Long ball over the top just takes a lot of Man City players out of the game. John Stones tries to step up. Unfortunately, he slips, but fortunately for Richarlison, gets on the end of it, gets his head up, plays a wonderful ball. I thought Lewis should have cut that pass out. And Brennan Johnson, it's a Brennan Johnson goal. If you said to me, close your eyes and describe this goal without even looking, I could tell you he's coming in at the back post and tapping it into the net. But that's an art. He arrives at the right time. He does it on both sides, and credit to him. This is overindulgence, playing out, wrong areas. Young goalkeeper Trafford just kicked that. Poor decision making. Not so much the execution, even though he should have passed it. Safe side, Palhinha finishes it. He should have given it to the left foot of Nico Gonzalez there. He didn't do it. There was a few other options, like Tottenham did, went over the top of the press. Look, here, give it to the safe side. Give it to his left foot out there, or go wide to I think it's John Stones who's on a wide area. Or the third option is to go over the top of everyone to Erling Haaland. They didn't do that and they got punished for it. In the Championship, for Burnley, you get away with that. In the Premier League, playing in the top level against a top team like Tottenham, you will get punished like he did.
And Joleon, it was a shaky afternoon all round, wasn't it, for Manchester City's new number one, at least with number one on the back of his shirt?
Yeah, definitely. I think after that, I think any decision he made and was going to look shaky. Even before that, you look here. And some of these aren't his fault. Like, he may look composed there. Rico Lewis doesn't help the scenario. Is there much communication? Probably not. I think there's a similar one now with Ruben Diaz. And again, this is down to Spurs' press, making the errors or forcing the errors. And again, slightly fortunate to come away with not conceding a red card and then a goal scoring opportunity due to the handball. But listen, after that, and then you give away a goal. It's a tough afternoon, especially for a goalkeeper, because no matter what he does, he's not going to play his way out of that. And these are the passes Tim said. Can it be safe side to Nico Gonzalez? For me, John Stones or Oscar Bob. I don't want my keeper to make that pass, even if it gets to Gonzalez, because the outcome is still, you're still going to take a risk to get out of the trouble, and then it leads to decisions like this. And yeah, it may look shaky. He has kind of created an uncertainty for Sarr as well, so you've got to give him a little bit of credit, but the damage is already done to him.
But there as well, Joleon, as a centre-back, as an experienced centre-back like Diaz, for example, putting yourself in this situation in front of him, have you just lost faith in him completely because of that?
No, definitely not. You haven't lost complete faith in him. You're just concerned for that scenario and that game. Listen, I'm sure he's going to do enough work to pick himself up and his confidence for next game. The
trouble he's made a good double save at the end of the game there. No one remembers that. All anyone's talking about, because the pressure's on him, because they've got a goalkeeper who's won everything at the football club sitting on the bench watching him play. Now, that goalkeeper's trying to help him out as well. I'm sure he is in training. But the managers said, no, you're my number one. The window's still open, so they might bring someone in. Perhaps Ederson might leave. Galatasaray, there's a lot of noise around that. He's going to be under pressure now. He's made a rod for his own back, but I don't necessarily... Joleon's absolutely right. It's not necessarily his fault. It is the way he's being asked to play. He's being asked and he's making them decisions. When he's playing for Burnley, you can get away with him. When you're playing at the top end of the Premier League, unfortunately, you're going to get punished and it's going to get highlighted. And it's how you deal with it. Ederson's made mistakes like that before, but he dealt with it because he was being brought into the football club. He's been brought back to the football club. He's still a young man. He's got everything ahead of him, but he needs to see how he reacts to this because that's going to be the key to his future.
Tricky afternoon then, wasn't it, for Manchester City's defenders? Let's hear from one of them, in Ruben Diaz.
Ruben, not the result you wanted today. How did Spurs make it difficult for you out there?
I mean, they're obviously a team with many individualities. We know of it. They can be obviously very dangerous. We started the game very well. Obviously, the first goal made us maybe feel like a step back when things were not pointing that way. Felt like we didn't react the best way, as in sticking to our game and obviously keep doing what we were doing before. Obviously, the second goal, it's unfortunate. It happens. It cannot happen. But then, after that, we chased. Obviously, a lot of things to get better. But yeah, just like not everything was perfect on our first game. Not everything is bad now, and we have to go back to work.
Did you feel in control of the game before they scored?
Yeah, I felt like the team was slowly getting more and more control, and we are getting closer and closer to scoring. I mean, I felt like there was a strong vibe in the game we were playing. But yeah, well, the rest I just told you.
After a good win last week, how disappointing was it not to get a first win in front of your home fans today?
Yeah, I mean, frustrating. We want to win even more at home for our fans, our first home game. But it is what it is. It's football. We look forward.
For you personally, it's been a positive week after signing a new contract, and we know Erling Haaland committed his long-term future to the club last season as well. What does that say about the future of Man City?
I mean, it says about our ambition. It says that we want to stay here. We want to win trophies, and that's the mentality of the club. Nothing has changed.
You missed a lot of football last year, and I'm just looking down and you've got an ice pack on your leg. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Thank you for talking to us.
And I think, Joleon, Manchester City will be hoping this is just an early season blip. You mentioned before kick-off that Pep will still see these first few games as pre-season, working things out.
Yeah, definitely. But like Tim said before the game, you don't want to fall behind Liverpool. And that'll be their focus is we need to stay above Liverpool for as long as possible. And the more you do that, the more chance you have of winning the league. And as you said, Spurs isn't an easy game for Man City and Pep in any season. But after the back of last season, it may have a bigger impact.
Yep, so one game down, the early game on Saturday, 3 games...